Let's shift our gears and our attention now to this other story. It's about the fraud and corruption case against the suspended Secretary-General of the ANC, Mr. Magashule, and his co-accused, being postponed to September. Magashule maintains he's innocent, saying the charges against him are politically motivated. He appeared briefly in the High Court in Bloemfontein earlier today. Also inside the courtroom was my colleague, eNCA senior reporter Siphamandla Goge, who's following that story for us, joining us now live from outside court this afternoon. Ncome, good afternoon. I understand Mr. Magashule decided to address the court directly himself today when he appeared as part of these pre-trial proceedings.
Indeed, that is the case, and I guess that was the only notable highlight inside court today. Mr. Magashule asking for some audience with the judge, saying he would like to address the court directly. He was granted that opportunity, and his address was mainly about complaining about the NPA and the prosecution, saying they are responsible for these delays. Of course, his address came just before the matter was postponed to the 23rd of September this year. But when he entered the courtroom, his legal representatives told him that there will be a postponement by agreement, and the date that all parties had agreed upon was the 23rd of September. It seems as if Mr. Magashule was not entirely happy with that date, saying these delays are causing more harm. They are being perceived in a negative light out there as the accused persons in this matter, saying the NPA has been saying it's ready to get on with this trial. Why is it taking so long? Saying the accused persons are not responsible for these delays. And his address mainly centered around those points, saying, accusing the NPA of playing into ANC factional politics. He says they are delaying this trial because they want to frustrate him for the upcoming December Congress of the governing African National Congress. Of course, those are the things that he has said in the past in public. But today it was very different to hear him saying it inside court, addressing the judge, placing that on record. And it's something he has alleged in the past, that the NPA is conflicted in this matter. He maintains that these charges are politically motivated. Let's take a listen.
From the onset, when I was arrested, the prosecuting authorities said, we have a case, and that's why we have arrested you, and we want a speedily case. And out in the public eye, we are these corrupt people who don't want to respect the law. And we were promised by the trial, by the presiding authority, that we are supposed to have actually dealt with this case last year. And it has been postponed and postponed and postponed. And even when we get out now, you are going to hear the National Prosecuting Authority saying it's us delaying the case. So in the eyes of South Africans and as law-abiding citizens, we are actually corrupt. And out in the media, my lordship last time said, when there was argument, when we appealed, there were 3 cases which the state argued that I'm facing 3 charges. Out in the public, since the case was actually started, in the eyes of the public, I'm facing 70 charges of corruption. And I don't know how to defend myself. There are many people who work for the state. The state is even refusing to pay their legal fees.
Well, there, Mr. Magashule, clearly they're expressing his sense of displeasure about the process so far. But, I mean, we know as well, as Siphamandla, that among many other factors, this kind of delays for somebody like him may affect or not his participation in the governing party's own processes. We have that December conference that's coming up. You also spoke to him yesterday as well, where he said he's going to be contesting for a post or a position come December.
Indeed, and I guess if we are to contextualize these delays, you know, it is, how can I put it, according to Mr. Magashule, these are unfair delays because today was meant to be the date whereby a trial date would have been fixed at least. Proceedings were expected to be very brief. It was mainly about, you know, ironing out whatever outstanding issues that may be there and fix the trial date. But now this postponement again to the 23rd of September, it's still about pre-trial hearing. So I guess that is what that has made Mr. Magashule and other accused persons in this matter, by the way, very upset and very angry. And also remember, somehow Mr. Magashule and 3 other accused persons would be said to be responsible for these delays because at some point they took their matter to court asking that these charges be dropped, and that has further delayed the matter. Of course, that application was dismissed. They said they were going to appeal or apply for leave to appeal that judgment, dismissing their application to have the charges withdrawn. But if you look at it in terms of the timeline, so the matter is due back in court on the 23rd of December for a or rather on the 23rd of September for a pre-trial hearing. If that is the case, it simply means the trial date will be fixed on the 23rd of September. The likelihood is that the trial may resume during the first quarter of 2023. And if you look at the court roll, by that time you are highly unlikely to get a date because the court will have to go to recess and stuff. So by the time the trial starts, the conference of the ANC would have passed. And Ace Magashule says that will put him at a very awkward position because he will not be able to contest in that conference. However, he's adamant and he has repeated his position that with or without the charges, he will contest in December. As to how he plans to do that, because the National Executive Committee of the ANC has a resolution which says criminally charged members are not allowed to contest for any leadership position, be it at a branch level, regional level, provincial level and national level. And already as we speak, there is a precedent that has been set in Limpopo. This past provincial conference of the ANC in Limpopo, Denim Caesar, the former treasurer, wanted to contest as the provincial secretary, but he couldn't because of this step-aside resolution and the amended resolution of the NEC, which says those who are criminally charged cannot contest. But Ace Magashule says, well, he will be there in December and he will contest. Let's take a listen.
When I'm nominated, charged or no charged, I was elected by conference branches of the ANC. Once I'm nominated, I will accept nomination. I will go to the national conference because I know I will be a delegate of a branch of the African National Congress. So I said to Zwelim Kise, remain strong. I'm saying to Sisulu, remain strong. I'm saying to Denim Caesar, remain strong. I'm saying to Zandile, remain strong. I'm saying to Msibi, remain strong. I say to all those who are going to be charged, we know them, we have met them, we have talked about it. Remain strong. All the best. And never move away from the African National Congress. We joined this organization even before those who want to lead us today and tell us that they are our leaders. They were not there during the years of struggle. Yeah. And I think it's time to tell comrades and tell them this is what is going to happen. It's time to expose and go to Chief Justice Zondo and say, President Chief Zondo, you said if there is allegations of bribery, we are not saying it's factual and whatever. These are the allegations. These are the allegations. People are approaching judges here, speaking to them, postpone, 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 postpone. Yeah.
Magashule, they're not happy with this postponement very clearly, and sort of nailing his colors to the mast. He's going to be there come whatever in December as a branch member of the ANC at that conference. But this was expected to be a pretty straightforward pre-trial case today in court, as Siphamandla. We didn't expect many supporters for Ace Magashule to be out there. But it is costly nowadays to marshal all those resources and go and support your leader. But I see there were some surrounding him there in that bite we've just played. Was there a lot of support?
Not too many, and according to those who organize and coordinate Ace Magashule's supporters, the main reason is simply because the trial has not started yet. They are saying they are saving all their human and financial resources for when the trial starts. They want to mobilize supporters for him to come to court and support him. But today there were not too many supporters, and those who coordinate them say they never made an effort to ask people to come to court to support Mr. Magashule, because they knew that proceedings were expected to be very brief. It was going to be a postponement, but they vowed that once the trial date has been fixed, they will then go all out to mobilize his supporters and come to court to show a political, support of some sort for Mr. Magashule.
Very much. Siphamandla Goge, the outside court in Bloemfontein in the Free State, just ending that latest update for us about what happened in the Ace Magashule court case.